Today's practice is all about focusing on our posture and focusing on the alignment of our spine. So I need you to come into a comfortable seated position. That might mean that you're going to sit in a chair, but if you can tolerate sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, then that is ideal. This is sort of like a meditation, but really what I like to think of it as is just taking your attention totally inwards. Visualization is so powerful when we're dealing especially with the spine, and it's really important that through the practice of yoga we practice finding this upward flow of energy through our body. So all the way from our base or from our tailbone all the way up every vertebrae through your spine, lengthening up and out the top of your head. So that's what we're going to practice here. If you need to sit up on a pillow or a block, that might feel good to let your hips open a little bit more or let your knees open a little bit more. Really just make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. So again, crossing your legs, another option here is to stack your ankles and come into a half lotus. And I want you just to roll your shoulders a little bit and then sit nice and tall. What we want to avoid is tilting back into our pelvis. So we're simply going to focus on our seat to begin with and feel that connection of your sit bones into the mat, into your block, into the chair that's beneath you. And just find the edges of where that pelvic bowl is. And so your pelvic bowl includes your sit bones, your pubic bone in the front, your tailbone behind you, and the front points of your hips. And you're just going to draw some circles around that space. And then go the opposite way. And we want to think of our body really intentionally in two different pieces. So we want to think about that pelvis, about our legs, lower body being one unique sort of piece, and then from your waist, your whole entire torso all the way up and out to the top of your head. It's almost like we're trying to separate those two spaces. So we want to feel very grounded through that connection in our seat, and then lengthen, lift up and out of that space. Okay, just bring your hands comfortably onto your lap, relax your shoulders, just neutral chin so you can gaze forward. Try to practice feeling where your shoulder blades are for a moment. So as you're sitting tall here, visualize the shoulder blades hugging towards your spine. Okay, sometimes I refer to it as drawing your shoulder blades towards your back pockets, but we want to make sure we don't come into too much of an arch. We want to just find a neutral kind of engaged position through those scapula. Just take a couple of breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth, or out through the nose. Good job. Okay, so you're gonna take your attention all the way down to the tailbone here. You can close your eyes for this if you'd like to. And I want you to imagine a zipper. And that zipper is starting right at the bottom point of your tailbone. And in your mind here, you're gonna visualize that zipper not only closing and making its way up your spine, but also think about that feeling of drawing the sides of your body towards your spine, just as a zipper closes. See if you can feel that through the curve of your lumbar spine, all the way up through the center of your back, the thoracic spine, through your shoulder blades, all the way up the back side of your neck, and keep going all the way up the back side of your head. And you're gonna imagine that zipper stopping right at the soft spot, right at your crown. And then I want you just to sit with this for a few breaths and feel how energetic you've become through the muscles of your back. So it's like we're hugging everything towards the lifeline of our spine. It should feel like the most energetic posture that you've found so far today. And while we're holding this, see if you can further drop your collarbones, drop them down away from your ears. Feel very literally right now like you're stacked up with your belly on top of your pelvis, your chest on top of the belly, shoulders on top of that, your head and your neck also on the top of the stack, just like building blocks. Okay, if you feel like your chin is forward, just pull it back slightly. Try to imagine like you're sitting against a wall. Really good, energetic, tall posture to practice. Just hold this for one more deep breath. And as you exhale this time, you're gonna let everything go. So just slouch, relax your whole body. Find total heaviness here. So if it feels natural to fold forward and down, you certainly can do that. Imagine like you're a melting snowman. So just find your absolute heaviest position to be in. Relax your belly, relax your face, relax your jaw. And then think about that tailbone again. Take all your attention down to that bottom section of your spine. And nice and slowly, let's curl and stack ourselves back up. And the more we practice this, the more we can really feel like we're stacking every single vertebrae on top of the other until you come back up into that really tall, energetic posture again. Drop your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Good job. Okay, just relax your body a little bit. Give it a little shake. Roll your shoulders. Move your neck if you want to. I want you to change positions, and so that might mean just switching your cross, or you can come onto your knees. That's another good one. Basically anything. You could take your legs out into a straddle if you want to. You could take your legs and extend them forward. I just want to go through that practice with our bodies in a different position. If you've been sitting in a chair, maybe a good idea is just to stand for this next one. So stand with your feet just firmly planted on the floor. Stand nice and tall. Okay, I'll come into hero. Okay, so I'm gonna kneel in hero for this one. And same thing here, we're just gonna come back to the bottom of our body, to where we are grounded and connected. Now this time, rather than the structure of our spine, we're gonna visualize all the way up from the pelvic floor, up through the middle of our body. Okay, so if you have heard about chakras, we have a root chakra. There's a lot of them. There's a heart chakra, crown chakra. I'm not gonna get into that whole thing, but basically it's that energetic connection from the bottom of our body all the way up to the crown of the head. Okay, so we're gonna pull our energy from the pelvic floor, and you're gonna bring your hands again just into a comfortable or a restful position. Sit as tall as you can, and then think about that very bottom of your body, okay? And see if as you inhale here, use your breath to draw your awareness and your energy up through the center of your belly, up through your heart space, up through your throat, and all the way out the top of your head. Next breath, you're gonna do the same thing. So inhale, pull your energy from the bottom all the way up and out the top of your head. Keep going. Inhale, lift all the way up and out the top of your head. One more time. Inhale, lift all the way up and out the top of your head. Retain this posture. Just sit nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths. Keep thinking of that infinite energy through the crown. So think about reaching or lifting the crown of your head towards the ceiling here. Feel your body in that nice tall stack again. So gravity always wants us to be forward and down. Wants our shoulders to roll forward. We end up coming into this really heavy position where we're always rounded, and we're contracted through the belly or concave through the belly and the chest. Causes a lot of back pain, but it's also an emotional connection. You have to recognize that being heavy and forward like this emotionally associates us with feelings of being overwhelmed, sad, lethargic. Okay, but when we bring our energy and our awareness up and we come into this tall posture, not only do we energetically and muscularly feel better, but also it associates feelings of being proud, being confident, being bright and aware of our surroundings. Okay, so it's really helpful to correct ourselves in our everyday life, and it really does help your mood as well. So feeling more energetic, keep lifting up through the pelvic floor, up through the diaphragm, up through your head and your neck. Feel that energetic feeling, feel that more uplifted feeling in your body. Sit with it for one more deep breath. As you exhale, just let everything go again. Okay, so you can just slouch, you can just let everything be heavy and relaxed. Again, your belly, your chest, your face, soften it all. We're gonna stack up one more time. This time, still keep this reference of the pelvic floor. So lift up, try to pull your belly up, place it on top of your pelvis. Place your chest over top of your belly. Place your head on the top of the stack here. Come into the perfect tall posture. One deep breath. Good job, you guys, and relax. So those are two ways that you can sort of visualize the posture that you have and the energy that you're drawing through your body. So it's always the upward flow of energy. If you forget or you're not too sure if it felt sort of mechanical to you and you weren't really feeling that energy, I promise you, just keep practicing that. For those of you obviously who come to my yoga classes, you know, we actually finish every single style of yoga in that way, because practicing our posture and practicing sitting in that more supportive, emotionally and physically supportive upright seat, that is our lasting impression, and that is what we tend to correct ourselves with in our everyday life. So you might be in the kitchen leaning over the stove and you're gonna remember to bring yourself into that taller posture. So over time, as we accumulate this practice and we build on it and build on it, you're just overall going to carry yourself in a better posture. Okay, so good job, you guys. Have an awesome day. Only one more video from here in Maui, and then I am back to my home, which I'm excited about as well. Take care.